Welcome back to Big Questions with BFO. We're at Digital Summit Chicago, and now I have the pleasure of interviewing Lauren Teague of Fandom. Lauren, I want to find out a little bit about you. I want to find out what you're doing. I want to find out about your presentation, and I've got 3 questions, and we have to do all that in a very little time space.
Well, I talk fast.
Even better. Let's have at it. Tell me about Fandom. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what your presentation today was about.
So my presentation today is about the brand to fan approach, which is something I've learned over 20 years being in content and marketing and social media, that marketing essentially does 2 things really well. We capture attention and we build affinity. And lots of marketers and lots of people are driven towards attention. And I am on the other side of that coin. I love to build affinity. So I need growth marketers who want to fill our pipeline. And then I want to help those people fall in love with what we do. And now I teach people how to do that through the brand to fan approach by using actionable affinity, really intentional habit building, like almost like a customer operating system for designing intentional touch points along somebody's journey so that they can build more story and more word of mouth and help more people fall in love.
I am absolutely in love with what you just said about affinity, and I think so many people miss the mark on affinity. They think I can build an app and I'm going to get affinity. I'm going to make offers and I'm going to get affinity. Tell me why what you're doing is different than the people who are making apps, and tell me why more people should look to you for ideas.
Well, I am also a startup founder, so I understand like this fast replication, especially in today's AI world. Features get copied all of the time. In fact, I'm building a resale marketplace for fan fashion. And the first thing that I did when I was thinking about what I wanted to look like was wireframe out eBay, Sideline Swap, Poshmark, because I wanted to copy what works. They've spent millions of dollars in testing what works. That's a good place to start. Features get copied, but affinity builds continuity and fandom.
That's amazing. So you get raving fans, you get the affinity, you get people coming back multiple times. I love the concept, and I also love what you're building. She's got an Alfonso Soriano jersey. Go ahead and model it. Couldn't catch a fly ball to save his life, but boy, he can hit the ball a long way.
Yeah, and I played second base growing up, and when I was in college, I went to school with some Cubs fans.
Yeah.
And so we'd go down to spring training in Arizona, and
Fonzie came up as a second baseman. That's right, with the Yankees. He played a little bit of infield for the Cubs before he pretended to play left field. All right, shall we get to the 3 questions?
Let's do it.
All right. In an internet drowning in AI-generated noise, what is the one human signal that you recommend to keep brands from being engraved?
Well, we were just talking about it, right? It's about affinity. It's about being human and designing these touch points that lead to stories, that lead to invitations. And in a world where like AI can build content and it automates algorithms, then that leaves really like the humanity piece for us to really focus on. And you know, AI can sell for you to a point. AI can market to you for a point, but you have to build affinity through people. And that is the piece that cannot be replaced.
How much is affinity synonymous with trust in what we're talking about here?
Well, trust is actually part of our fandom journey. So say, you know, I was going to school with Cubs fans in college. They took me to my first few games, right? Now, 20 years later, I'm wearing a Cubs jersey on stage in Chicago,
awesome.
Right? At some point along my fandom journey, I said, oh, I'm gonna not just try that, but like, hey, I'm gonna follow the Cubs. I live in Portland. It doesn't make sense for me to follow the Cubs on an ongoing basis, but I do. I've been into events at Wrigley Field. I've gotten to go to games there. I follow the Cubs. I know where I was when they won the World Series, right? Like I built affinity. I trust the brand. The brand is legacy. And so trust is part of that fandom journey. Now, I root for the Cubs, but I'm not going to say like I'm a diehard left field, like season ticket holder. No, but that's okay. The bleacher bum. I can still be a fan without being a super fan. Yeah. I can still bring other people to the game, you know, and to be part of that fandom without kind of being the ultimate fan. Those invitations I can see no matter where I am on my fandom journey.
That's incredible. I so want to dig into that, but we don't have time for it. What is the coolest thing happening in marketing today?
Coolest thing happening in marketing today is nostalgia. Really, people want to be like harken back to this simpler time. So whether it's like opting to put landlines into our homes for our kids to use, which I have.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh, I definitely have a landline.
No, that's crazy cool.
It's just as cheap.
Dial too?
It doesn't. It's just as cheap as adding a new line to our family plan, and it teaches my kids about how to use the phone in a very safe way. And I think this is going to be a tool they're going to need at some point, right?
Can you spy on them like I used to do my sister?
Can I?
But
No, I still check their iPhone. I still check their devices for that. But I think nostalgia, whether it's like something that like harken back to that simpler time, something that's vintage or unique or hard to find, or just brings back kind of those memories and those stories of kind of what we love about what we love. You know, I think nostalgia is a really fun trend.
right. And we all play into it, right?
Yeah.
Nostalgia is good for all of us. There's always things to remember that bring us joy. Kyle, our head of marketing, was talking about some SpongeBob slippers or something he had when he was a kid. Somebody surfaced a picture, and now he wants to get them for his godson.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Okay, final question.
Yeah.
If you weren't a world-class marketer,
Sure.
what would you be doing?
Well, I have 2 feet in, I have 1 foot in marketing, consulting, and speaking, which I love to do, like here at Digital Summit. I'm also building this startup on the other side. FanWagon we're building a resale marketplace for fan fashion. And so I am tapping into nostalgia. I am tapping into fandom. I am tapping into affinity and helping digitize fandom through apparel, putting those fandom stories online, and helping this gear go back into fan closets, go back into stadiums, go back to campus instead of going to a landfill.
So that's all your dreamer stuff that you're actually bringing back to reality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Life.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I love fandom so much, I'm building 2 businesses upon it.
Love it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Steve.